Eyewitness News. This is breaking news.
We begin with some breaking news out of southwest Bakersfield, where an officer was involved in a shooting. This happened just around 7:50 p.m. on Ming Avenue and Manning Street. The Bakersfield Police Department say officers responded to reports of an officer-involved shooting where the suspect was hit. Police say no officers were injured and that medical services were provided at the time for the suspect. No word on the suspect's condition. The area is closed as officers conduct an investigation. We'll be sure to bring you any developments as we learn them. You can check for updates on air or online at bakersfieldnow.com. Now at 11, Thanksgiving Day weekend is finally wrapping up for many of us, and with that comes traffic. Here is a live look at LAX where it is showing that holiday traffic at this hour. As you can see, it's kind of calmed down earlier. It was really backed up, but thankfully it looks to kind of have cleared up in LAX.
From Eyewitness News, this is breaking news.
And we begin with that breaking news out of southwest Bakersfield. You're taking a live look right now where police officers are investigating a possible crash. Thanks for joining us. I'm Rochelle Murcia.
And I'm Michael Patterson. We're getting reports that traffic on New Stein Road to Bell Terrace is impacting traffic. Eyewitness News reporter Leslie Molina is live there and has the very latest. Leslie.
Yes, Michael, I'm here in New Stein Road where northbound lanes continue to remain closed this past hour and southbound lanes are still open due to reports of a traffic collision between a vehicle and pedestrian. I'm going to step away from your screen right now to show you what the scene looks like. Right now, it is not confirmed if it was a fatal collision, but it is said this accident took place about an hour ago between a car and a pedestrian. But what from we have observed, it seems to be fatal. We tried contacting BPD an hour ago as well to try and confirm this, but again, it is not. Currently, as you can see, southbound lanes are still open and northbound lanes continue to remain closed. I'm going to step a bit into the screen right now and tell you that we'll keep you updated with any updates, especially if northbound lanes open up. Reporting in Bakersfield, Leslie Molina, Eyewitness News.
All right, Leslie, thank you for that breaking news there.
Live from KBAK CBS in Bakersfield, this is Eyewitness News at 6.
First at 6, it is Super Tuesday, when 15 states and 1 U.S. territory have their primary elections, including Kern County. Thanks for joining us. I'm Rochelle Murcia.
And I'm Michael Patterson. From presidents to assembly members and a Bakersfield mayor. On this Super Tuesday, there's a lot to vote for on those ballots. Democrat Assemblyman Jasmine Baines defends her 35th district seat, and there are 3 Kern County supervisors up for grabs as well.
We have extensive team coverage for you tonight. Eyewitness News reporter Will Silverstein will speak with a political analyst.
But first, let's send things over to Eyewitness News reporter Celine Stevens, who is live at the Kern County Elections Office. Celine, what are you seeing out there?
Michael, Rochelle, over the last hour, just more and more people have been coming in to either vote in person or drop off that ballot in a drop box. I was just inside the elections office around 10 minutes ago, and the line was out the door. So make sure if you are planning to come and vote, polls close at 8 p.m. Make sure you get on down here now. And of course, over the last few years, election security and voter fraud have been pretty big concerns. And so cameras have been installed at all of these drop boxes around Kern County to ensure voter security and just to make sure we're keeping eyes on those drop boxes. The Secretary of State does not require that, but the Elections Office told us last week that they're doing this due to voter concerns. So the goal again is to maintain voter privacy while having eyes on those drop boxes. But that's not the only way that the county and the Elections Office has been maintaining that voter security and that safety to ensure that your ballot is counted and received. Let's go ahead and take a listen to what else they're doing to make sure that happens.
All of our teams that bring ballots back to our office, 2 people must be with the ballots. Once they come into our office and go into our vote by mail room, which is a secure room, only about 5 people have access to it. I don't even have access to it. Once they go into that room, they don't come out until they go to the count room. All the processing is done there.
As for that footage, that can only be obtained inside the elections office. It's currently is not available for live streaming, but if you do want to see that, you head on into the elections office. And again, polls close at 8 p.m. and we'll be out here all night tracking how things are going and talking to voters. And again, hopefully that elections office as well to learn more information. But for right now, live in downtown Bakersfield, Celine Stevens, Eyewitness News.
Fox 58 in Bakersfield. This is Eyewitness News at 10, Kern County's most watched late newscast.
First at 10, the fight to find missing people in California. how the Department of Justice is working to make sure more families get justice. Thank you for joining us. I'm Michael Patterson. Rochelle Murcia has the night off. Today, Attorney General Rob Bonta announced the milestone of missing persons that have been identified through a DNA program, as well as the proposal of new legislation. Eyewitness News reporter Mary Peronian joins us in studio to explain the details. Mary.
Michael, that's right. The California Department of Justice's Missing Persons DNA program identified over 2,000 missing persons since its establishment in 2001. But that new bill is to ensure the Department of Justice will continue to support more crimes being solved.
Thanks to the hard work and dedication of DOJ's Bureau of Forensic Services, the families and friends and loved ones of more than 2,000 individuals have some answers. They have some closure.
Aside from announcing that milestone, Assembly member Stephanie Wynn and Attorney General Rob Bonta proposed Assembly Bill 3042 to continue funding the program and hopefully closing more missing persons cases. That's because back in 2004, voters approved Proposition 69, which directs money from criminal fines towards California's DNA program. The Department of Justice has received more than $74 million through the proposition over a span of 2 decades, but the program sunsets after 20 years, which means it expires this year.
Since then, over 106,000 code cases have been solved.
In Kern County, Eyewitness News has covered several open cold cases. Last week, we followed up on the open case of Oscar Oliva, a McFarland man who's been missing since April 2021 after leaving the house and never returning back. Now it's been 3 years, and his family believes he is dead, and all they want is to find his body and bring him home.
We came to terms that he was murdered. It wasn't like him not to come home. He would always come home.
All we want is his bones so we can bury him. You know, that's what we want to do. We know he's not in this world, but we still would like to go somewhere and visit him.
There's hope this program could do that.
There's nothing any of us can do to undo the harm or bring back a loved one gone too soon. We know that. Our hope is that by seeking justice for those who've gone missing or who have been killed, by seeking justice for families left with oftentimes more questions than answers.
Now, if passed, the Assembly bill will help keep the DNA program funded, but it's unknown for how long. Live in studio, Mary Peronian, Eyewitness News.
All right, Mary, thank you. Now at 10, a somber day for the city of Arvin as their mayor, Olivia Trujillo, died after a long battle with cancer. 67-year-old Olivia Trujillo served as Arvin's mayor since 2020 and died yesterday peacefully in her home in Arvin. City officials say she was a roll-up-her-sleeves public servant, as she would often spend her time talking to Arvin community members, figuring out the city's needs. She has been a part of the Arvin community for over 60 years. She immigrated there when she was 5 years old. In 2020, she became the first Latina immigrant and woman to be elected as Arvin's mayor. Trujillo is survived by her 3 daughters and her 9 grandchildren. Arvin city officials say they will announce more details on her memorial service in the near future. And the Centennial Corridor flyover, the ramp from northbound Highway 99 to westbound Highway 58, is expected to open to traffic tomorrow at 5 in the morning. The flyover connector ramp was the only outstanding portion of the project left to open. Other portions of the project opened to traffic on February 17th following a ribbon-cutting ceremony to celebrate the engineering work and the impact of the about 1.5 miles of new roadway connecting Highway 58 and Highway 99.
Live from Fox 58 in Bakersfield, this is Eyewitness News at 10, Kern County's most watched late newscast.
First at 10, Kern County experiencing wild weather the last few days, seeing heavy rain and destructive winds, and it's not over yet. Thanks for joining us this evening. I'm Rochelle Murcia. Michael has a night off. We continue on Weather Alert tonight, and we have team coverage. Eyewitness News Chief Meteorologist Miles Muzio tracking the latest storm system. But first, we turn to Eyewitness News reporter Mary Peronian, who is out live in Northwest Bakersfield, where some are left without power tonight. Mary?
Rochelle, that's right. This winter storm number 4 brought wind and rain to us here in Kern County, and because of the winds that we saw over the weekend, especially yesterday at Sunday, it's caused a lot of power outages in many of the neighborhoods here in Bakersfield, specifically the one where I'm currently at. Take a look behind me. We are on KBAK Drive, and this is in Northwest Bakersfield, by the way. On one side of the neighborhood, they didn't have any power since 11:30 last night, but just minutes ago, we actually received new information from a neighbor here that it's officially back for the whole neighborhood. Take a look.
Kern County, we've just had a small amount of outages. We've got about 1,100 customers that remain without power in Kern County currently.
As certain areas were soaked from heavy rain due to the atmospheric river, most of Kern County didn't experience the same situation, but we did see strong gusts of winds. Those winds became the main cause of power outages across town. Residents I spoke to on KBAK Drive said they haven't had power since 11:30 p.m. on Sunday night. Joe Audie said he woke up around 12 a.m. to a notification on his phone telling him there's no power.
What woke me up was when I have a camera in that window right there, and when the power goes out, it notifies my cell phone to let me know that either there's somebody walking around or the power went out. I had to charge my cell phone in my car.
Eyewitness News saw PG&E working to restore the power just a few streets down from KBAK Drive. One of their workers told us that 15 to 20 contractors were on their way to help them out. Luckily, the power was back up and running on Monday at 6 p.m., but according to one neighbor, theirs was still out.
There are many customers in certain parts of our service territory where we're not even able to provide an estimate just yet, just because of the volume of outages and activity that are going on.
One neighbor we spoke to who did not want to appear on camera said not only was their power not working, but the strong winds brought tumbleweeds over to her driveway. Another neighbor said the wind knocked over their wooden fence and blowing away the trampoline from their backyard.
That's right. Now, cases like this may continue to occur as this winter storm number 4 continues to travel across Southern California up until Wednesday. Reporting live in Northwest Bakersfield, Mary Pronian, Eyewitness News. Rochelle, back to you.
All right, Mary, thank you. And tonight, people are still cleaning up from the intense windstorm that blew through our area most of Sunday. Scenes of blowing dust down trees and tipped over semi-trucks were common across Kern County.